Brian here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to do a little bit of something different. We have a custom job. We have an entire lift kit that we're going to be doing. And so we've got everything hung up. We got everything ready to spray. We're going to shoot it with some primer. We're going to shoot it with some base paint. And then we're also going to do something that's going to be really awesome. It's going to look very cool and very custom. So we're actually going to shoot it with our color shift, glitters, metallics, whatever you want to call it, but essentially it's a powder that we are going to add into our, it's going to be more of an inner coat, and then we're going to spray it onto all these pieces. And so essentially it's going to change from, I believe it's like a gold to a purple to a maroon to a red. I mean, it changes like 4 different colors. So if you haven't tried the color shifts, this is definitely something to try out. It's something that's fully custom. It's more of a, some people call it a chameleon color. They work awesome. They look awesome in the light. They change so many different ways, and especially on all these pieces for this lift kit that we've got here with all these curves and everything, it's going to look amazing, all right? Because of all the curves, you get all the different light changes and shifts and patterns and everything. It's going to look awesome. So what we've already done right here is that we've already blasted everything down. We got a good profile on all of these parts. Some of them we had to go back down to bare metal with because the powder coat was already flaking. So poor job on the powder coating, but you want to do a better job, so of course we're going to blast it all down. So we've already got everything blasted down. We're about to shoot it with our primer. So the primer that we're going to be using is going to be the P250 and the P251. That's going to be the epoxy primer. And so then after we prime it, then we're going to paint it with a black base coat. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and get started, get everything mixed up, and start spraying these. So keep watching. So we got everything primered, everything is ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead and after the primer, we're going to spray a black base coat down. So whenever we're doing our color shifts, you got to remember you want to spray a black base coat to get the best effect for it to actually look the best way possible. And so it's going to give you the best color change, the best flop, the best everything. So now that we've got all these primered, we're going to go ahead, spray some black on it. We're going to use our Midnight Black that we have. If you're interested in it, in any of these products, you can actually see the link below in the comments or in the descriptions, and then you can see what all we've used, so that way you can see exactly what we use, and if you're interested in it, you can definitely get it as well. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to spray some black on all of these, and then once we get the black on it, then that's whenever the fun really begins, and we're able to see the color shifts in action, being sprayed and ready to go. So stay tuned. So now we're ready to spray. A couple of things that I want to kind of go over with you on the color shifts before we actually put it in the gun and start spraying. So first thing is that on our color shifts, this is going to be the copper rose pattern. Great pattern, gold to purple to all crazy different colors. I think there's like 4 or 5 maybe colors that it changes to, but really cool pattern. So we offer this 2 different ways. You can buy it pre-mixed, to where you buy a half pint, you buy a quart, you buy a gallon, you get it in, you put it on a shaker, you pour it in the can, you spray it, you're ready to go. All right, that's the easiest way to do it, because literally for people that don't have like a gram scale or don't like mixing things, that's definitely the way to do it. Or we also have it available as just the glitters themselves as the color shift. So essentially you can buy the color shift and put it either in an inner coat clear or in a clear coat if you wanted to, and spray it that way. But the thing is you're going to have to know what to mix it at, and then that's your own, your own mixture. If you're fine with that, definitely do that. It's going to save you a little bit of time, a little bit of money. But if you want to buy it, you want it ready to spray, then literally you can just buy it ready to spray and you're good to go. In this case, we've got some of our ready to spray that we've already got mixed up in the gun, ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and spray this. Now again, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put 2 coats on this. So first coat's going to look pretty good. It's going to start to change a lot right then, right whenever we spray it on there. It's going to look pretty good, but that second coat is whenever it really comes out really nice and vibrant, shows all the color and everything. Another thing to keep in mind is that whenever you are spraying the ready to spray colors that we offer, make sure you abide by the flash times. Normally you want to have about a 5 to 10 minute flash between each coat. Most of the time whenever it's dry to the touch, of course you don't want to touch your part, but you know, if you've got it on a hook like this, you can touch this to make sure that everything is still dry before you add that second layer. You don't want to just hammer it on there and then you might get either a run or a sag or something like that, and that's not something you want. So let's go ahead, let's get the gun. We'll get some video of shooting this right here and get it all shot, show you guys how it's going to look. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this, so stay tuned. Sprayed, everything looks awesome. It's already starting to turn very cool. It's looking awesome. You can see all the different colors that it's changing, from the purple to the gold to anywhere in between. You've got red in here. We've even got some black areas in the darker shadowed areas. I mean, it's an awesome color. All right, so you can see everything looks pretty good, but to really get that pop, we want to put down probably one more coat just to make sure that we cover everything. Everything's nice and uniform. Everything looks the way that it's supposed to. So I've got a light right here, and so whenever we actually put this on here, we can see everything's looking really nice. Now, we don't have a lot of that glitter effect yet, but that second coat will really help pull a lot of this glitter and a lot of that big flake in the light. So then that way, whenever we clear it and it goes out in the light, it just shines like crazy. It looks awesome, and it's going to give your customer a better product at the end. So we've already let this flash off. We've already let it dry. Everything is good to go. We can touch it. Everything's good. So we're going to add a second coat to this and then get that started. I'll kind of go over that a little bit, and then once we do that, we're going to finish the rest of this, clear coat it, and show you guys an awesome looking lift kit that's definitely going to be one of a kind with our custom color shifts that we offer. So stay tuned. So now that we got the second coat on, everything looks 10 times better. It looks like it's got a lot more pop to it, a lot more color. You can see it shift a lot better, and you can see the metallic on it. Whenever we throw this light on it, you can see the metallic just really popping like crazy all the way around that entire part. So this is definitely going to be one of a kind all the way around the entire lift. All right. So another thing that you want to make sure of is whenever you're spraying the color shifts, it doesn't matter if you have it in a PPS cup or if you have it in a regular cup or anything like that, you always want to make sure that you're constantly shaking this, because essentially the metallics and the pearls that are in this, they're going to want to settle. So if you have your gun and you let it sit for say a couple of minutes or so before you start to spray it, go ahead and if it's a cup, put your hand over the top of it. That way it don't pour out, and kind of give it a good shake. If you got a PPS cup, pick it up, shake it, make sure that you keep those metallics moving and they don't settle down, because that's one thing that you don't want to do, because then you're going to get a big splotch of it if it settles of just a bunch of pearl, and then it's not going to look correct, and you're going to have like either streaks or a big blob or something like that. You don't want that. So as you can tell, we just got through finishing up all of the painting on all these parts. Everything came out amazing. Everything looks awesome. We got tons of color shifts going on, all the different curves on the lift kit. It looks amazing. It really does. So we put 2 coats across everything and it just looks awesome. I know I keep saying that, but this is definitely a one-of-a-kind custom lift kit. And so you can do the same thing on any of your parts, whether you have wheels, whether you've got a bumper, or you want a whole car, whatever, this is the way that you're going to do it. So I'm really excited about it. We'll show you some shots of it just with the paint by itself, but whenever that clear gets on it, that's whenever it's really going to shine, it's really going to pop, and you're really going to see it, especially in the sunlight. So take a look at these quick shots here that we've got with the with just the paint on it, and then we're going to go ahead, get some clear on these, and then you'll see the final finished result. Alright, so we got all the clear sprayed. Everything looks awesome. It came out great. Everything is looking exactly the way that we wanted it to. Now, one thing to remember is on the clear coat that we sprayed, we used our the Liquid Concepts, the High Solids Glamour Clear. So really great clear, really great shine. It's going to look awesome, and it's going to be very durable once it gets fully cured out, and you're going to be good to go. So the customer should have no problems with this. It should last a long time, even with all the stuff from the road and rock chips, things like that. It's going to be very, very durable. So you can also check that out in the description below if you're interested in looking at any of that. But pretty much we've got everything all clear coated on here. Like I said, we've got a slick gloss clear coat. We'll show you guys that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I definitely do all the time. Again, it's our weekly tips and tricks video. On this one, we did our copper rose color shift. Came out amazing. We pretty much showed you exactly how to replicate this look with any part that you've got, whether it be wheels, whether it be a car, whether it be anything. You can definitely get it done with the products that we've got. So I'm Brian from Liquid Concepts, and we're making Hydrographics great again. Thank you for watching.